Hi, in this video we are going to solve the quadratic equation 4x squared plus 32x plus 67 equals 0 by using the completing the square method. The first step for the completing the square method is to move this constant, this plus 67, to your other side of the equal sign. To do that, we are going to subtract 67 from both sides. After we subtract, we will have 4x squared plus 32x equals negative 67. Now we have this coefficient of the x squared. We have this number in front of the x squared. When we complete the square, we need that number to be a 1. Since it's a 4 right now, we will divide every term by 4 to get rid of this multiply by 4. After we divide each term by 4, we will be left with x squared plus 8x. And now let's intentionally leave some space before we write the equals. Equals, and leave it as a fraction, negative 67 fourths. Now to complete the square, we're going to do some work here off to the side. I call this the work we do to find our special number. To find our special number, we are going to take this number in the middle, this coefficient of x, and we're going to divide it by 2, and then we are going to square it. You will always use this same method to find your special number. You take the number in the middle, divide it by 2, and square it. Always that same process. 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 4 squared equals 16. You'll notice that I am using colors intentionally here. So our special number is 16. Once we have found our special number by taking this middle, dividing by 2, and squaring it, we're going to take our special number and add that number to both sides of our equation. That's why we left the space. Now, on the left side, because we added this number specially, we completed the square. That means we can rewrite this trinomial as a binomial squared. We added the 16 to complete it to make it a binomial squared. To decide what goes in this binomial, we're going to say what squared gives you x squared? Well, that's x. And what is the square root of 16? Square root of 16 is positive 4. Oh, look, this was a positive 4, what we got after we took the middle and dividing it by 2 before squaring it. That will always be the case. Whatever half the middle is what is going to go in your parentheses here. This was a positive 8. Half of positive 8 is positive 4. If this was a negative, half of a negative would have been a minus. Anyway, we have this binomial x plus 4 squared equals, take a negative 67 fourths plus 16 and add those to get negative 3 fourths. Yes, you are welcome to use a calculator. Before moving on, let's do a little side note. Students often wonder what happened to this 16, because here we just have x plus 4 squared. Well, x plus 4 squared really means x plus 4 times x plus 4. if we were to multiply this out using our FOIL method, we would end up with x squared plus 8x plus 16. I know we skipped a step there in the middle. But anyway, that plus 16 is actually hiding in this binomial that's being squared. So that's where it goes. It doesn't really go anywhere. It's just hidden in our factored form. Now, to complete the problem, we want to get x by itself because our directions were to solve. Solve means to get a variable by itself. So to solve for x, we have to get rid of the squared. To get rid of a squared, we are going to take a square root of both sides of our equation. However, when you take a square root of both sides, you need to remember to put a plus and minus in front of your square root. Now, square root and square cancel. We have x plus 4 equals plus and minus. Let's rewrite this as a square root on the top and a square root on the bottom. But wait, we can't leave square roots on the bottom. But oh yeah, square root of 4 is actually just the number 2. While we're doing this, square root of a negative 3, when you have a square root of a negative, an I comes out of your square root and a positive 3 is left inside. Square root of 4 is just a 2, no more square root. And we really have one step left to get our answer. To get x by itself, subtract 4 from both sides of your equation. Our final answer is therefore negative 4 plus minus I square root of 3 over 2. You might be thinking, wow, that was long and kind of hard. I will agree with you, but the point for solving by completing the square is there is no way we could have solved this problem by factoring. No way. But completing the square, we were able to get a solution. Good news is that there is a different method to solve these, but that's a topic for another video. Thanks for watching.